COVID-19 Vaccine Damage Bill, second reading.
Al.
Sir Christopher Chope.
Madam Deputy Speaker, it's a pleasure to move the second reading of the COVID-19 Vaccine Damage Bill, which is a very hot topic. This bill is about all those who have suffered injury or even death as a result of enlisting in the war against COVID by being vaccinated. Essentially, what the yellow card scheme shows in the most recent report, which came out, I think, on the 9th of September and covers the period from the 9th of December up until the 1st of September, it shows that there have been 435 reports of major blood clots and low platelet counts, including 74 deaths. It shows that there have been 767 cases of inflammation of the heart, a condition which is almost unheard of in medicine on a normal day-to-day basis. It shows that there have been some 35,000 reports of menstrual disorder, and there are all sorts of other effects which are set out in the comprehensive report. But it also, I think very worryingly, says that there are 1,632 reports of deaths having taken place shortly after vaccination. I think it's very important that we are able to put this issue into context, because there's a lot more damage being done to our citizens as a result of COVID-19 vaccinations than in any other vaccination programme in history. We've already got a lot of evidence that people have suffered damage or if not death as a result of these vaccinations, and there was recently a coroner's report of somebody, I think in the north of England, who had definitely, the coroner's verdict was that that person had died as a direct result of receiving the COVID-19 vaccine. It surely should be the judgment of each individual as to whether or not they are going to take the risk of having a vaccination or whether they're not going to take a risk of having a vaccination. And obviously we know that even if people are vaccinated, it doesn't mean that they are immune from COVID-19, and it certainly doesn't mean that they are incapable of transmitting COVID-19 to somebody else. So in those are all issues which need to be weighed up. But going back to the Honourable Gentleman's challenge, which is basically, he seems to be suggesting that these hapless families, probably 10,000 of them, maybe more than that, who have suffered real serious damage as a result of doing the right thing. You can't ignore the fact that there is a fear out there about vaccination. And it's not, in a sense, you can't suppress reports of coroners saying somebody's died as a result of having a vaccination. You can't suppress reports. I know from my own personal knowledge of people who have suffered people in really good health, and then they had their first vaccine, and I know of one person in particular who then had a stroke and was in hospital for some time of that, and then had severe heart problems and even had to be referred to Harefield Hospital. Now, those are not just anecdotes, those are facts which are known across the country by people. The government may have not been too keen to promote that information, but I think in failing to do that, it is actually counterproductive. I think most important of all, to give some assurance to those people who are already suffering. And our hospitals have got a large number of inpatients who are only there because those patients took the vaccine. And it's causing a lot of angst for consultants across the country. We know that there is causation between vaccinations and damage caused by those vaccines. Yet the government, in a lot of its literature, seems to be denying that.